navigator doing a wonderful job, and you'll see her hand movement over the bow of the dilemma machine for Gulf Oils. So Sam Tweedy out on course now, qualifying round number 5 at Group B style.
Yeah, mate, they've been really impressive all day, and like you say, Flick's doing a fantastic job in that chair for the first time. But the confidence has got to be growing too for Sam Tweedy in this boat, mate. He's
just lost a lot of time around that left-hander down at Lucas there, just really overdrove it down there and porpoised the boat out of there. So he has driven smoother. This might be that nemesis, the lunch break nemesis that can affect some of these drivers and crews. Just not quite switched onto the game. That little bit of hiatus there, just playing in the mind there. Maybe a little bit too relaxed, but Sam Tweedy now in the latter part of this lap, looking like he's smoothed it out, got the brain engaged again.
Yeah, no, you did right there, mate. He's going to finish off pretty strong as they flick back through the washing machine part of the course to pick up a time of 51.283. First one back after lunch is always the hardest.
Yeah, no doubt about that, particularly when everybody knows this is that last chance before the sudden death eliminations to really post a good time, develop the confidence, develop the boat. And, we now see two abreast, Donna and Tracy Thompson. Donna behind the wheel, Tracy doing the navigational duties. And the girls from Wanganui, both nurses. The two abreast machine.
Sorry, mate, I talked to these two during the lunch break. And, ladies are always cool, calm and collective, but none more so than these two. Of course, as we talked about before the lunch break, Donna's usually in the navvy chair, but she's really at home in this the driver's seat, and through there they go. Nice smooth transition. They're looking for a big strong afternoon's finish, KB, I can tell you that.
Interestingly, Cy Gibbon in the Novus Auto Class Group A just sent through a message down there from the wedding on the South Island that he's attending saying go Donna. Of course, Donna normally navigating with him taking the weekend off to attend his good mate Tomo's wedding. And Tomo, a bit of a shout out to you, mate. Not sure why you put a wedding on a race weekend, but anyway, Donna Thompson out on track and down the PSP back chute into the NZ Sprint Bowl. A little bit squarish out of there.
Yeah, they're still looking good though, KB. They're looking nice. There's a nice tight line through there. Oh, this is going to be a cracker of a time. 49.829. Put your hands together for them, folks. That is an outstanding time for these guys.
Yeah, that's their best time of the day. So the two abreast girls really starting to get switched on, and you saw that final corner there. Previously, the boat was porpoising out of there. Dare say they've made a nozzle change to get a smoother run in and out of that corner. Also very important that these Group B boats, because they're highly restricted engine class, you have to be absolutely smooth. Because of the restriction, it is just really tight-knit racing as we go. John O'Verry and Millie Simmons.
I was going to say, talking about smooth, you can't get any smoother than John Verry.
That's his skin.
Yeah, true. He puts a bit of makeup on. As he comes through this, the ECU link boat, slides through. Now, I did have a quick chat to him at lunchtime. They'd gone out, posted a good time, but always want to better it. They're not just a cautious run. They've changed a couple of things up in this boat over the lunch break, just to try and tweak it a wee bit more for going in. Oh, that was pretty close. Throws a bit of mud out the back door as he comes around the bend. Oh, it's pretty smooth. Pretty smooth, cool, calm and collective. Millie Simmons in the navigator's chair as they go through. Yeah, he's negotiated that very well as they slide down the back. This is looking impressive, KB. Call him home.
So John Verry, link engine management system, engine rebuilders, latter part of the track, throwing a bit of weed up, or very tight into that right-hander. That might have gained him a bit of time, and it's a 49.594. Good time there from the pairing from Napier. Very tight into that final corner. We did notice a little bit of grass being thrown up. There is a bit of weed out into the track. That's starting to come together in balls, so great to see that getting chomped up. The eels have dived for cover there well deep into the track.
Yeah, no, that's right. Hey, look, I'll just touch on one thing Johnny mentioned, is that the one thing they don't usually do on race day is, of course, most of these boats carry the GoPros on them, so they've actually reviewed the footage today. First round, they've reviewed the footage after each race, so that's helped them, and he can identify in parts of the track where he's going wrong. So, yeah, no, he'll be very happy with that run, that's for sure.
All right, so Bryce and Kylie Barron now, Fortitude Racing. The last run in Q4, Bryce throwing a lot more aggression at his driving and was a little bit ragged. So if you can smooth that out in this qualifying 5 run, that'll give you a lot of confidence going in to the all-important sudden death top 9. Nice around the bottom of Lucas. He made a bit of a meal of that last time out. Really has done a lot of thinking and a lot of pre-thought of where he wants that boat sitting on the exit to that during the lunch break. This is a much better stitched together lap that he's producing at the moment. Yeah,
they're looking very good on the water, KB, after lunch. They've had some food in the belly and got set. There's certainly nothing holding these two back. Look at the animation from the Navy as they come around this.
The flame out, the cough, the splutter, and that never sounds any good. Well, he's got the fire back into the belly of it, so it's looking really good. Nothing more frightening than a jet boat cutting out, because if it flames right out, we've got some flames out of the exhaust pipes there as well. So nothing to worry about there, but well, as far as the flames out the exhaust pipe goes, nothing to worry about there, but he just parks it gently on the beach. Disappointing end to that run.
Yeah, very unfortunate for them. They were going so well too, and they did get across the posted time of 50.747, so I guess you could say they went okay, posted a time, but not quite.
So Bryce and Kylie Barron, the rescue crew, brought into action for the first recovery of the day. Very disappointing for the pairing from Carterton. So let's hope that that isn't terminal, because we've lost 3 or 4 so far today due to terminal engine problems. And let's hope that Bryce and Kylie Barron are not one. We'll just take a short break while we effect the rescue of the Barons. All right, so Chris Rasmussen and Holly Sutherland in the Venom machine. The Chris Rasmussen, the real estate agent for the Professionals Real Estate out of New Plymouth, Attraction Sign and Design, Steve Hildred Motors, Max Pennington's Auto City, Total Paint Supplies. Holly Sutherland, the legal executive. Group B, qualifying round number 5. We'll need to get some information from Bryce Barron. Hopefully that is not a terminal problem, but it is now all eyes to the track as Chris Rasmussen and Holly Sutherland face the starter.
Oh, they're on the charge, mate. They're absolutely on the charge for the Beaver Reliever. We talked about that at the lunch break. So they're out to get him. Smooth.
So Chris Rasmussen just looking nice down that back chute there. Plenty of speed down there. Very, very fast rotation on the way down the back chute. Back now up through PSP into this left hand. You've got to get this angle right coming into the speed bowl.
Yeah, no, dead right, Cavey. We shot down and had a look at the track during the lunch break too to try and, it's a bit hard to see from where we are, just the different angles of this track, but definitely they're starting to put their game into their A game now, that's for sure.
Yeah, drove just a little bit deep, needed to square that off with Chris, but certainly not going to knock too much time off the clock. This final corner, very porpoisey around there, would have lost a bit of time, but a 47.643.
Yeah, that's going to go straight into P1, push John O'Veary and Millie Simmons into P2, and Donna Thompson and Tracy Thompson into P3.
So Sam Gray, the Beaver reliever, still to come, and of course Tim and Debbie Edhouse. Sam Gray, Mike Allen now coming off in Recession Racing. The fisherman and the forestry worker from Masterton being directed to the start chute.
Great work they do down here at the ramp. We've got our team down here keeping this day running like clockwork so far. So now they're doing an absolute fantastic job, and we certainly couldn't do it without them. Mike Simonson, our race director, waving hands and going forth down here too. And of course Pete and our fantastic safety team, and we can't forget Chewy. But it is Sam Gray out on the track at the moment with Mike Allen all the way from Carterton. Of course Sam's a crayfisherman, handyman to know if you like crayfish, and Mike Allen does a little bit of forestry work. And
really got that line right down there to Sam. Coming into Lucas, we've seen a few people get it wrong, but Sam Gray really has that line very, very well sorted out indeed. With his lower power style of Group B boat, it's all about boat placement on the water and staying smooth on the accelerator as well. And he's executing himself very well here at the moment. Love the way that he's being able to do that and just get better and better with every race meeting.
Yeah, look at that. That's great coordination through the track there. This is going to be a good time for them too. 50.591, folks. That's a great run from Sam Gray and Mike Allen. That's going to go close. Yeah, that puts them into P4. So not a bad run, but cast your eyes now to the chute. It is the competition leader so far of the Beaver reliever.
Carl Beaver and J. Eamon KB Engineering. 2 round wins this year. Chris Rasmussen took a round win down at Wanganui, so Carl Beaver has won 2 others. So it's the fight of the championship is between those two at the moment, but still plenty more racing to go through the rest of the season, and today all important for the whole lot of them. So Carl Beaver, fastest man on the water today so far. Group B, Chris Rasmussen posted a 47.6. What can Carl Beaver achieve here?
Well, mate, I think he's just got to keep going. I mean, they're driving, they're having a great day, these two. And as he puts the foot down straight out of the chute.
Oh, he overdrove it into that
first
right hand. It just went too deep. Had to be very, very quick on the steering wheel. Get that boat realigned to get back up into that big sweeper. Seems to have it all sorted out now. But yeah, would have lost a lot of time down there. So this is going to be close to see where Carl Beaver in relation to Chris Rasmussen ends up.
Yeah, he's going to be looking to post a good time as he goes back through the middle of the course. Split time 27.201, so he's on track. Can he put the foot down and really bring it home for the rest of the back half of this track?
Yeah, got this Group B engine absolutely screaming, very, very wide around the speed bowl there. Ran it right up close to the tyres, had to knife it in. So Carl Beaver, where's the time going to be? He will go straight into P2 and lost a lot of time out there. So Chris Rasmussen leading at the moment in this Group B qualifying 5. Carl Beaver has been knocked off the top into 2. We've still got Tim and Debbie Edhouse, reigning New Zealand champions in this Group B category, coming out for their Tim Edhouse. Very, very smooth driver indeed. I don't think that you will find him overdriving. It's been a long time since I've seen Tim Edhouse go deep into corners and things like that. However, now that we've said it, you never know.
Yeah, but of course he does have the tendency too, KB, that if he thinks he's going to, he backs off, and sometimes that just costs him a couple of seconds.
So Tim and Debbie Edhouse, Liquid Addiction.
Of course, right through the centre there, so you want to stay in the predominantly in the centre of the lane. He's going to stay out of trouble. Keep that weed at bay as well. As he just clips a little bit of the bank as he comes back towards the commentary box. Debbie's got the hands waving out in front. Oh, a little, yeah, that's okay too as he slides through there. This is going to be a good...
Oh, a little bit oversteer, hit a little bit of crosswash, hitting the middle of that channel. You saw the boat get a little bit unsettled. The experience at Tim Edhouse kept that on line, straight down the centre. Last time around there, he squared it up a little bit. There are only slight little nuances, but those nuances are valuable tenths and thousandths of a second. Oh. Tim Edhouse bottomed it, buried it, and blew the time out to a 49.543. So it'll be Chris Rasmussen, Carl Beaver, Tim Edhouse, John Berry, Donna Thompson, Sam Gray make up the top 6, qualifying round number 5 of the Group B category. We are now going to switch our clocks to go qualifying round number 5, Group A.